Hey guys, Jordan here, Sports Resistance. Welcome to my first video. It really means a lot for you guys tuning in. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at a trade breakdown that I took on GBPJPY, also known as GJ, and some buys that I took this week. And we're going to be looking at why I took the buys and what confirmations I used to why I was taking buys and why my trade makes sense. Many of us traders, sometimes our trades don't make sense. We often take it as an impulsive entry. So I'm going to show you guys what I mean when I say the trade makes sense. So hope you guys benefit from this trade. Subscribe if you're not already. Like the video if you want to see more, and let's get into it. Alright guys, so looking at GJ right here, as you can see, I start off most of my markups on the monthly chart. So first thing I'll look at is I'll look at where GJ is right now. So right now I see that GJ is kind of in a weird area, a major area, and we're finding support here. We're finding resistance here and here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark it up. As you can see, I'll put a horizontal line probably right here, just as a little area of significance. So as you see right there, have a touch. Sorry, we have a touch right here and here. So I'm gonna look at where this is right now, and I'm gonna go on the weekly because I know at the monthly we have an area of resistance. So with that gives me confirmation to say that okay, price looks like it has found resistance. As you see, we've had this huge bull run on GJ, and the way the market moves, it shouldn't have this huge bull run. We can't just have this and no type of retracement. We need to see some type of downside before we see upside. So we need to see something like this before we push upside. I want to see price come down, maybe form a little support, and then push back up into the further highs and to break the previous high. So with that being said, I need some type of indication that we found resistance. So as you saw in the monthly, we had this area right here. Another thing that gave me confirmation for a resistance is this fake out move right here. So as you see right here, I'm gonna highlight this area right here. This is a very impulsive move to the upside to break the previous high, but we broke back into the previous lows, which is weird. So that just shows me that this is pure market manipulation, which ends up being a fake out. So we have a fake out move right here, as you guys can see. Fake out to the upside. I'm gonna go more on the daily now. Actually, let me go back on the weekly so you guys can see what I'm talking about. As you see, we had these wick rejections right here in this area. So what usually happens as a result of a fake out is we would get a tap back into this area. So wait, let me just mark it up for you guys. So what usually ends up happening is we get this move right here. We get this fake out move, as you see right here, and we usually break back and retest the zone that we broke, and then we end up pushing out into these further highs. So we could see that for this wick fill right here. I'm expecting to see price come back up, tap into this area, and fill this wick to the left right here, because it needs some type of retracement because of the previous bull run we just had, right? So this is looking good right now. So right now what I'm looking for is price to form some type of support that allows us to push back into these highs. So let's look. Let's keep scrolling down. Let's go on the daily. Okay, this looks good. So what I see right now is that price has formed a support, a level of support right here, as you can see. Why is this so long? Okay, price has formed a level of support at this area, as we see right here. So I'm gonna mark this area off, and this is support for me right now. So I'm gonna scroll down on the 8 hour, and I'm gonna look for something else. So right here, let me go back on the daily. As you see, this is another impulsive move to the bottom. So this verifies that this is an area of support, because we had this impulsive move to the downside, which we could have came down right here, and we could have, which we could have came down right here and could have continued on along with our move, but we didn't. So we had this impulsive manipulation move. So that verifies that this is a fake out move as well to me, and this strengthens confirmation that this is a support in my eyes. Reason is because I want price to support here so we can tap back into this area to retest this fake out. I want price support here and push into here before we see these further lows. So I want to basically take an intraday trade to buy it back up to here, to swing it from this position as a sell. So I'm looking for price. Before I look for downside, I want it to come here in this area. So knowing that, I'm gonna keep scrolling down. 8 hour, looks like we're still finding support. A lot of wick rejections here, as you can see on the left. A lot of wick rejections. Yes, so basically, as you saw, price, I took basically a buy earlier this week, and I'll show you exactly the buy I took. So what I end up doing when I get to about the 4 hour time frame, I like to draw smaller supports. I would say anything lower than 4 hours, so around 2 hour. I like to draw minor resistance areas. So what I would do for this, just looking at it, I would zoom in on the area because I know we're on a major support area. What I'll do is I'll draw a support inside the support itself. So I would probably draw my support about here. Yeah, that looks good. About right here. Reason is, I look at the area where price has wicked off the most and where prices seem to have found support the most. So just getting more into this chart, as you can see, yeah, this is where we have the most wick touches. A lot of impulsive moves here on the downside. As you can see, like if we really wanted to break and push to the downside, price would have already done it, as I said before. So this is why I think this is market manipulation and an impulsive move by price, just to stop out those early buyers and get those early buyers out and hit their stop losses before they continue along with their move. So I'm gonna mark this up for you guys so you guys can see the fake out moves that I'm talking about. But right here to the downside, and we had a very big one right here. See right here, we broke the previous lows as well too, but we still didn't end up pushing down. Reason is market manipulation. So this is a verified, this is a very good support zone for me. So I'm gonna keep scrolling down on the hourly, So yeah, the zone looks good. Probably 30 minute now. So the trade that I took, actually, I caught this move right here. So I'm gonna rewind this a little bit and I'll show you guys how I'd enter it. So this is basically what happened. Forget all this happened, okay? So we zoom in more in the chart. How I enter charts and trades, I enter trades off of minor resistance areas and minor support areas. So looking at this, what I saw this impulsive fake out that we got on the 2 hour, I believe. Yes, 2 hour. So I saw the 2 hour. We had this fake out previous. We had these zones. We had this wick. Price already came down to fill this wick, and if it wanted to continue along, it would have pushed down. We had this long side. We had this long wick to the downside, and it pushed back up into our zone. Retested and pushed back up. So what I saw here, I was like, okay, price previously did a huge move to the upside. So what happened is it showed support in these other zones. So I'm gonna scroll down in the 30 minute and look for an entry. Most times when I enter a trade, I enter a trade off of buy limits and sell limits. No market execution, because I find that it helps me the best instead of entering impulsively into the market. So what I'll do is I'll place my limit probably around here somewhere. This is not the exact trade, guys. This is just for illustration purposes. So, but this is basically how I took the trade. So I'll put my stop here, and I put stops halfway between the fake out. Reason is because it helps me maximize my risk to reward, guys. And if it breaks past the fake out, to me it's an invalid trade, because if it even comes back close to this, then we're gone. Like I just find my trading idea is gone, and it's just gonna push to the downside in my personal experience. If it already faked out and it came back and broke back into the zone, it makes no sense to me. So my overall TP for this trade is this area, as you guys know, because I showed on the weekly. This is the area I'm aiming for, so a good 200 pips. But for the purpose of this video, I have a swing position actually in this trade. I took 2 positions on this trade, so I'm still holding one. But for an intraday trade, I would look somewhere for the previous highs. So let me go back here. I'll look to see where price couldn't break. I see a wick to the upside here, but I see price is having struggling to break above this area right here. Around this area, price is kind of struggling to break above. So what I'd end up doing is I'd probably target somewhere around here for my intraday type of trade, or my smaller trade position. So this is where I'd probably target. So let me put this down. So we have a nice little 4% trade right here, and let's see how it goes. So this is basically it. Oh wait, oh man, my bad. Okay, let me go back a little bit. Sorry guys, technical difficulties. Okay, so here we go. Let's get down here. So this is what ends up happening. Okay, well, for this video we didn't get entered, but this is basically the premise of how I would take most of my trades. I'm just trying to explain it to you guys and show you guys the exact trades that I take and how I take certain entries. So reason is, I took this trade because we showed so much support at this area, and I used buy limits. So this would have been the trade, and the reason I took this trade also, I explained previously, is because I'm expecting price to come back up here to these highs. So I'm looking for buys. If you want to sell off, we would have sold off, I think, already, in my opinion. But I'm looking for that weekly wick fill as well too. So this wick right here, this wick right here, and yeah, so that's basically the trade, and that's basically why I took the trade. As you guys saw, nice easy trade. Hit TP, I think it hit TP. Let's see. Oh, it almost hit TP. Basically, we had a nice 4% gain. We're gonna let it run. Well, you get the point. Anyway guys, so that's basically why I took this trade. I hope you guys learned something in this, and I hope you guys really benefited from this. Anyway guys, that's it for me, and I hope you guys really benefited from this video and learned something that you can apply to your trading. Subscribe for more videos, comment if you're new, and until my next video, peace.